Calm foundation. Calm is a quality that many desire, but few can truly master. In today's fast-paced world, maintaining calm almost seems like a luxury. We are constantly bombarded with stimuli, demands, and challenges that test our patience and inner balance. However, the Stoic philosophers teach us that true calm is not an innate personality trait or a privilege reserved for a select few, but rather a discipline that we can cultivate and strengthen. Calm comes from a solid foundation of principles, values, and habits that ground us in the present and help us remain steady in the face of the storms of daily life. The first stone of this foundation is the deep understanding of what it means to be calm. Calm is not an absence of emotions, nor a passive resignation to events. Rather, it is a state of inner serenity that allows us to respond rather than react, to observe with detachment rather than being overwhelmed by emotions. To reach this state, it is essential to understand that calm is not found outside of us, but is a balance that must be sought and maintained within us. A key concept in Stoic philosophy is declaring oneself independent of circumstances. Ancient philosophers such as Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius remind us that we cannot control what happens around us, but we can choose how we react. And this seemingly simple choice is the very foundation of calm. We become aware of our inner power, our control over our emotions, and we anchor ourselves to values that remain stable regardless of external events. Calm thus becomes an act of responsibility and self-mastery. Another important aspect of calm is the ability to live in the present. Very often, agitation arises from ruminating on past events or worrying about what the future might bring. The practice of living here and now, instead, frees us from the weight of regrets and anxieties. Stoic philosophy suggests that the present is the only moment we truly possess. Being calm, therefore, also means knowing how to appreciate and take full advantage of the present moment, without allowing ourselves to be distracted by useless thoughts that distance us from our center. Mental preparation and perspective. In building a serene and stable life, mental preparation plays a fundamental role. Calmness in the face of everyday problems is not simply a spontaneous reaction, but the result of careful internal preparation and a vision of life that allows us to face what happens to us with lucidity. Stoic philosophy teaches us that the perspective from which we observe events is often more important than the events themselves. Preparing the mind to maintain this perspective, even in the most complex situations, helps us to remain centered and resilient. Accepting the uncertainty of life. One of the pillars of calm is the acceptance of uncertainty. We live in a world where many things are beyond our control, from the weather to other people's decisions, from sudden events to unexpected changes. Stoic philosophers encourage us to embrace this reality as an intrinsic part of life, without resisting it. Being mentally prepared also means expecting that obstacles may arise. Marcus Aurelius, in his work Meditations, reflects on the fact that every day we will encounter difficult people or complex situations, but this should not surprise or upset us. Preparing our minds to face the inevitable makes us stronger because it allows us not to be overwhelmed by the unexpected. The discipline of thought. Another important mental preparation is thought control. Thoughts are the source of many of our emotions. Interpreting an event as a problem, or as a challenge to be overcome, determines our state of mind. The Stoics teach us to maintain a disciplined view, choosing to observe facts for what they are without adding dramatic or catastrophic interpretations. Epictetus says that it is not things that disturb men, but the opinions they have of things. By choosing to look at every situation from a clear and realistic perspective, we can remain calm and respond wisely. Developing a long-term vision. Perspective is not limited to interpreting the present, it is also an ability to look beyond the immediate problem and consider the long-term effects of our actions and emotions. Every small obstacle we encounter is part of a larger journey, and the Stoics urge us not to lose sight of the bigger picture. Long-term perspective helps us put problems into perspective and give them their proper weight. Asking ourselves whether a problem that afflicts us will really be important in a few months or years can help us put it into perspective and reduce our stress. Daily meditation. Mental preparation also requires constant practice. The Stoics recommend daily meditation as a way to train the mind to remain calm and focused. Every day, we can take a few minutes to reflect on what we have learned, how we have responded, and how we can improve. This practice allows us to maintain awareness of our choices and prepare ourselves to respond calmly to challenges. Meditation is not just a mental exercise, it is also a way to renew our commitment to calm and wisdom every day. Premeditation gives us a sense of control, foreseeing possible obstacles and thinking ahead about how to deal with them reduces anxiety. For example, if we have a busy day at work, we can mentally prepare ourselves for possible delays or unexpected events, deciding in advance that we will not let ourselves be distracted or nervous. This practice is an anchor of stability that helps us stay calm even when things don't go according to plan. Building positive mental habits. Preparing yourself mentally also means cultivating positive thinking habits that help you stay focused on the constructive side of life. Habits of gratitude, for example, help you remember every day what is already positive in your life. Every day, you can reflect on at least 3 things you are grateful for. This helps you not to take what you have for granted and to develop a more peaceful and satisfied outlook. Cultivating the habit of asking growth questions, such as "What can I learn from this situation?" or "How can I improve from this experience?" also helps prepare our minds to respond calmly and see every challenge as an opportunity. These questions create a mental space that allows us to detach ourselves emotionally and analyze the situation constructively. The practice of patience and tolerance. Finally, an essential part of mental preparation is patience. Patience is one of the most important virtues according to Stoic philosophy because it helps us not to react impulsively or excessively to difficulties. When we get into the habit of practicing patience, we learn to make thoughtful decisions even in times of stress. Being patient means giving ourselves time to reflect, to consider all the options, and to choose the wisest response. Patience goes hand in hand with tolerance, which helps us coexist peacefully with others. Tolerating differences of opinion, accepting others' limitations, and understanding that we all face our own challenges makes our minds more open and calm. Tolerance frees us from the urge to want to change or control what is out of our control, allowing us to focus instead on what we can do for ourselves. Conclusion: the power of mental preparation. Mental preparation means building an inner fortress of perspective, resilience, and positive habits. Stoic teachings guide us on this path, helping us to look at life with an open and prepared mind, ready to face challenges without losing our cool. With solid mental preparation, every problem becomes more manageable and our serenity remains intact, even in the face of daily difficulties. Understanding emotions. Managing emotions and reactions is one of the fundamental pillars of maintaining calm in the face of daily challenges. The Stoics teach us that emotions are not something to be afraid of, but rather an aspect of our human experience that we can understand and, ultimately, control. Understanding emotions means first of all acknowledging them. What we feel in response to an event is often the result of how we interpret that event. For example, we can feel frustrated when faced with an unexpected event, but we can also choose to see that unexpected event as a learning opportunity. The first key to managing emotions is self-awareness. We need to be able to identify our emotions and recognize the situations that trigger them. Let's ask ourselves, what am I feeling right now, and what is the cause of this feeling? These questions help us to maintain control instead of letting emotions overwhelm us. The non-judgment technique. Once we have recognized our emotions, the next step is to practice non-judgment. We often tend to judge our emotions as good or bad. However, the Stoics teach us that emotions are simply natural reactions, and judging them can only make matters worse. Instead of thinking about them in terms of good or bad, we can learn to see emotions for what they are: momentary responses to external stimuli. For example, if we feel anxious about a presentation at work, instead of judging this emotion as negative, we can simply acknowledge it. I feel anxious, it's a normal response to this situation. This approach allows us to feel less overwhelmed, allowing us to approach the situation with a clearer mind. The role of reason. Reason is a powerful tool for managing emotions. The Stoics believe that our ability to reason is what distinguishes us from other living beings. When we are faced with difficult situations, we can use reasoning to examine our emotional reactions. The practice of rationality helps us diffuse the emotional intensity of a situation. We can ask ourselves questions like, what is the truth in this situation, or what can I do to deal with this problem in a constructive way? Using reason, we can shift our focus from negative emotions to practical solutions. It also helps us put problems into perspective, making difficulties more manageable. Breathing techniques and mindfulness. To manage emotions in a practical way, we can also use breathing techniques and mindfulness. Deep breathing is an effective method to calm the nervous system and reduce stress. When we feel overwhelmed, we can stop and take a moment to focus on our breathing. Inhaling slowly through the nose, holding the breath for a few seconds, and then exhaling slowly through the mouth can help us reduce tension and restore calm. Mindfulness, or awareness, is another helpful practice. It invites us to be present in the moment and observe our thoughts and feelings without judging them. Practicing mindfulness daily teaches us not to automatically react to emotions, but to give ourselves time to reflect before we act. This creates wiggle room between emotional stimulation and our response, allowing us to choose how to respond more thoughtfully. Managing expectations. Expectations are another key factor that influences our emotions. Often, when things don't go as we hoped, we can feel disappointed or frustrated. The Stoics teach us that expectations can be a breeding ground for discontent. Learning to manage expectations is key to staying calm. Instead of expecting everything to go as planned, we can mentally prepare ourselves for a variety of outcomes. A helpful practice is to consider different possible scenarios and accept that no matter what the outcome, we can deal with it. This does not mean being pessimistic, but rather taking a realistic and flexible approach to life's circumstances. When we are not rigidly attached to a specific outcome, we are better able to accept what happens and respond calmly and rationally. Gratitude and positivism. Another effective strategy for managing emotions is to cultivate gratitude and positive thinking. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we distance ourselves from negative emotions and learn to see the bright side of life. Gratitude helps us to remain anchored to what is good and beautiful, even when we face difficulties. We can adopt the habit of writing down 3 things we are grateful for every day. This simple exercise helps us shift our attention from what is wrong to what is positive and meaningful. Furthermore, positive thinking does not imply ignoring difficulties, but rather facing them with a constructive mindset, always looking for a lesson to be learned. The importance of relationships and support. Finally, we cannot underestimate the importance of relationships in managing emotions. Having a support network of friends and family helps us share our experiences and receive advice and encouragement. Open and sincere communication with people we trust allows us to express our emotions and receive useful feedback to deal with difficulties. Additionally, interacting with positive and inspiring people can have a significant impact on our mental health. Surrounding ourselves with supportive people who approach life with optimism can help us stay calm and maintain a positive outlook even when things get tough. Conclusion: the art of managing emotions. Managing emotions and reactions is a skill that requires practice and awareness. Learning to recognize our emotions, applying reason, using relaxation techniques, and surrounding ourselves with positive people helps us stay calm in the face of everyday problems. By following Stoic principles and adopting a proactive approach to managing our emotions, we can transform challenges into opportunities for growth and personal development, while maintaining control and serenity. Introduction to practical techniques. Staying calm in the face of everyday problems is not just a matter of theory, but also requires practical techniques that we can apply in everyday life. Calm management techniques can help us respond more effectively and constructively to daily challenges, avoiding falling prey to overwhelming emotions. In this part, we will explore various practical strategies that can be integrated into our daily routine to stay centered and calm. 1. Breathing techniques. One of the most effective and immediate techniques for staying calm is deep breathing. This practice not only reduces stress, but also stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for relaxing the body. Here are some breathing exercises you can try. Diaphragmatic breathing. 1. Find a comfortable position, sitting or lying down. 2. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your abdomen. 3. Inhale deeply through your nose, allowing your abdomen to rise while your chest remains still. 4. Exhale slowly through your mouth, allowing your abdomen to drop. 5. Repeat this cycle for 5 to 10 minutes, focusing on your breathing. For 7-8 technique. This breathing technique, created by Dr. Andrew Weil, is particularly useful for reducing anxiety and promoting relaxation. 1. Sit in a comfortable position and close your eyes. 2. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4 seconds. 3. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. 4. Exhale completely through your mouth for a count of 8 seconds. 5. Repeat for 4 to 5 cycles. 2. Mindfulness and meditation. The practice of mindfulness and meditation is another powerful technique for staying calm. These practices help us stay present and reduce the anticipatory anxiety that often accompanies daily challenges. Here's how to get started. Meditation on returning to the present moment. 1. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. 2. Sit comfortably with your back straight. 3. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. 4. Bring your attention to your breathing, observing how the air goes in and out of your lungs. 5. When your mind begins to wander, gently bring your attention back to your breathing. 6. Spend at least 5 to 10 minutes on this practice every day. Walking meditation. Walking meditation is an effective way to integrate mindfulness into your daily life. Here's how to practice it. 1. Find an outdoor space or a spacious room. 2. Walk slowly, paying attention to each step. 3. Feel the contact of your feet with the ground and the sensation of your legs moving. 4. Focus on your breathing as you walk. 5. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the sensation of movement and breathing. 3. Regular exercise. Exercise is a great way to release stress and stay calm. When we move, our bodies release endorphins, which are natural chemicals that make us feel good and reduce anxiety. It's important to find an activity that you enjoy so that it can become a regular part of your life. Here are some ideas. Daily walks. Take at least 30 minutes a day for a walk in your neighborhood or a park. Yoga. This practice combines movement, breathing, and meditation, making it ideal for staying calm. Team sports. Participating in team sports can also be a fun way to exercise and socialize. 4. Create a calm environment. Our environment has a significant impact on our state of mind. Creating a calm and uncluttered space can help maintain serenity. Here are some tips. Decluttering. Reduce clutter in your home or office. A clean and tidy environment can reduce anxiety. Music and sounds. Listen to relaxing music or nature sounds. These can have a calming effect and reduce stress. Lighting. Make sure your space is well lit, but avoid bright or glaring lights. Natural light is ideal. 5. Gratitude practices. Cultivating gratitude is a powerful technique for maintaining calm. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we reduce our attention on the difficulties. Here's how you can do it. Gratitude journal. Every day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. These can be small or large, but the important thing is to reflect on them. Sharing. Talk to friends or family about the things you are grateful for. This strengthens bonds and promotes a positive atmosphere. 6. Set goals and plan. Having clear goals and plans to achieve them can help reduce anxiety and keep you calm in the face of challenges. When we know what we want and how to get there, we feel more in control. Here are some tips for setting effective goals. SMART goals. Make sure your goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Weekly planning. Set aside time each week to plan your activities and priorities. This will help you stay focused and avoid feeling overwhelmed. 7. Reflection and learning. After facing a challenge, take time to reflect on how you handled it. What went well? What might you do differently next time? Reflection helps us learn from experiences and improve our ability to stay calm in future situations. Conclusion. Integrating techniques into everyday life. Integrating these practical techniques into your daily life may take time and effort, but the benefits are immeasurable. Remaining calm in the face of everyday problems does not mean ignoring them, but rather facing them with a clear and calm mind. By applying these strategies, you can build a solid foundation for a more balanced and fulfilling life, in line with the principles of Stoicism. Part 5. Living Stoic Calm Every Day. Introduction to the Calm Life. Living a life of Stoic calm requires a constant commitment and willingness to integrate Stoic principles into our daily lives. It is not just about applying techniques when we face challenges, but about adopting a lifestyle that promotes serenity and resilience in the face of life's events. In this part, we will explore how to implement Stoic calm as a way of life, grounding our existence in values that allow us to face adversity with equanimity and clarity. 1. The importance of Stoic philosophy. Stoic philosophy offers valuable tools and teachings for dealing with everyday challenges. Unlike many other philosophies, Stoicism does not simply discuss theory, but invites us to put its principles into practice. Learning to see difficulties as opportunities for growth and as occasions to test our inner strength is essential. Some of the key concepts of Stoicism that we can integrate into our lives include: distinguish between what you can control and what you cannot control. This is one of the central lessons of Stoicism. Focus on what is in your hands and accept with serenity what you cannot change. Practice virtue. The Stoics believed that virtue was the key to a good life. Always act with honesty, justice, and integrity. Daily reflection. Set aside time each day to reflect on your actions, evaluate your reactions, and learn from your mistakes. 2. Daily calm routines. Creating a daily routine that promotes calm is essential to building a peaceful life. Routines provide us with structure and help us keep our minds focused. Here are some things to include in your daily routine. Morning. Meditation and breathing. Start your day with a few minutes of meditation or breathing exercises. This will help set a calm tone for the rest of your day. Positive affirmations. Repeat some positive affirmations to yourself to boost your self-esteem and prepare you to face challenges. During the day. Regular breaks. Take breaks throughout the day to reflect and recharge. Even a few minutes of quiet time can make a difference. Gratitude practice. Throughout the day, find moments to recognize and appreciate the little things. This will help you maintain a positive attitude. Evening. Evening reflection. Before going to bed, take some time to reflect on the day's experiences. Ask yourself what you learned and how you dealt with situations. Preparing for the next day, organize your activities and set your priorities for the next day. This will help you reduce anxiety related to uncertainty. 3. Practice resilience. Resilience is a fundamental quality for living a calm life. It means not only facing difficulties, but also learning to get up after a fall. To develop resilience, consider: accept failure as part of the process. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn and grow. Learn to see failure as a necessary step in your journey. Set attainable goals, set realistic goals, and work toward them. Celebrate your successes, even small ones, and recognize your progress. Seek support. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Sharing experiences with others can provide new perspectives and solutions. 4. Cultivate positive relationships. Relationships with the people around us can greatly influence our mood and our ability to stay calm. Here are some ways to cultivate positive relationships. Open communication. Learn to express your feelings and needs clearly and respectfully. Open communication is essential to building healthy relationships. Practice empathy. Try to understand the experiences and emotions of others. This will help you respond with understanding rather than judgment. Surround yourself with positive people. The people you choose to spend time with can influence your outlook on life. Seek out company that inspires and supports you. 5. Face adversity with serenity. Finally, the true measure of Stoic calm is manifested in our ability to face adversity with serenity. There are several practices you can adopt to prepare yourself for these difficult moments. Practice visualization. Before facing a difficult situation, visualize how you would like to react. Imagine yourself remaining calm and composed, no matter the circumstances. Learn to let go. We often hold on to negative situations and emotions. Learn to let go of what no longer serves you, to make room for new experiences. Face your fears. Instead of running away from your fears, face them. Every time you overcome a fear, you build your resilience and increase your ability to remain calm. Conclusion: a path towards calm. Living stoically is not a destination, but a journey. Calmness is not a permanent state, but rather a series of choices and practices that guide us toward a more peaceful and meaningful existence. Adopting a stoic mindset takes time and dedication, but the results can be transformative. With consistent practice of the techniques discussed and the integration of stoic principles into our daily lives, we can develop a solid foundation of calm that will help us face any challenge that comes our way.